Hi, everyone. Welcome to Class Connect Basics. My name is Heather Bennett. I'm the Family Engagement Coordinator for WAVA. So today we're just going to talk about Class Connect and how to navigate and participate in your online classroom for your students' live classes. So first of all, you will hear us call your Class Connect either Blackboard or Class Connect. Blackboard is just the program we use. That's what you downloaded in order to open up your classroom. So you'll hear us call it either one, Blackboard or Class Connect. Either one's fine. All right, so let's talk about your audio setup wizard. So every time you enter a classroom, you need to set up your audio. And there are two ways to do it, and it's super simple. You'll go up here to this little microphone with the red toggle on it, hover over that, and it'll say Start the Audio Setup Wizard. So you'll click on that, and you'll go through all the steps. If you happen to wear a headset like I do, you'll see two different things to set up here. You'll want to click on headset, and then you'll go through all the steps, and then you're good to go. Another way to do that is clicking on tools, scrolling down to audio, and then clicking on audio setup wizard. So let's talk about headsets really quick. You do not have to have a headset. But it is recommended that you get one. This is really good for your student because once they have that headset on, they can focus a little better on their class. I know that for me, as an adult, working away, if I don't have my headset on and I'm in a class and I'm supposed to be listening and learning things, if I don't have my headset on, I am really distracted by everything going on around me, whether it's the dryer that just buzzed that it needs me to fold those clothes, or maybe it's my dog barking saying, please give me attention. It could be birds outside. Everything distracts me. So having my headset on reminds me, hey, I'm in the class and I need to focus. So they don't have to be expensive headsets. The one I'm wearing is a Logitech. I purchased it at Best Buy 4 years ago for $15. So it doesn't have to be expensive, and this one works great. And make sure it has a little microphone on it for your student to be able to speak into that microphone. All right, so let's talk about the chat box. You will find the chat box at the bottom of your screen on the left-hand side, and it says chat. And you'll notice next to it, it says supervised. Anything that's going on in the chat box, your teacher can see it. So even if your student is sending private chats to other students, your teacher can see that. So make sure that whatever you type in here is class related, that it has to do with what you are discussing or what you are doing. So when you look at the word chat over here on the left is a triangle, and that triangle is upside down. So the point is facing down. So that means your chat is maximized. If your triangle is pointed to the side, it collapses it and now it's minimized. So you will not be able to see what's happening in chat. So make sure it's upside down, and then you'll be able to see what's happening in chat. And then at the bottom, you see these two tabs. One says room, one says moderators. Make sure that when you are in the classroom, you click on room, so that way you can see what's happening in the chat box. So those are two things to keep an eye on, this triangle and your tab. So the triangle is upside down, and the tab is room. Let's talk about privileges. So your teacher gives you privileges, things that you can use when they're in the online classroom. So if you go up here to the participant box, you'll see your student's name right here. You'll see emoticons, they can use those. The step away from session button, the raise hand button, and the polling. So these are things your student can use. These are not turned off. But down here in the main room, you'll see privileges that everyone can use. So when your teacher gives you microphone privileges, you'll see that this microphone no longer has an X over it. So all of these privileges, it has an X, that means you do not have that privilege. So when your student has microphone privileges, you'll see that there's no X. And if it's their turn to talk, you go up here to the audio video box, click on talk, and you'll see this little microphone. And when your student is finished speaking, they click it off. All right, so this next one, whoopsies. This next one is the video. So when your teacher might be on webcam for the class. I am over here in the corner on the webcam. In the classroom right now, I am not, but a lot of teachers like to be on webcam. I know that sometimes it can cause a little bit of an audio delay, so maybe they'll turn it on for a little bit, and then once they're into the middle of the class, into all the juicy stuff that you need to know, they might turn off the webcam so that there's no delay. And next we have your chat box. So you can see that the chat permission is on, and you'll be able to type in the chat box. And next are your whiteboard tools. So that's what this box is right here, and we will go over that in a little bit. But these are your whiteboard tools. Over here, these two little boxes, that is sharing. So your teacher might ask you to share what's on your whiteboard, on your computer. Maybe your teacher will share things with you. And then over here is a web tour. So these are all the privileges that your teacher might assign to you. All right, and next let's talk about breakout rooms. So a great way to work one-on-one with your teacher or in small groups is your teacher creating breakout rooms. So right now you can see I don't have any of those, so I'm just going to create some breakout rooms. All right, so here you see rooms, room 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then up here you can see main room. So we are in the participant box right now. You see main room, and if you click on that, you can go into one of the classrooms. So I'm just going to go into breakout room number 1. So that shows that I am in breakout room number 1. And there is a blank screen here. So your teacher will probably put other things on that screen for you to do. When your teacher wants you to return to the main room, you click on this one more time and you click on main room. And voila, you are back. So those are breakout rooms. All right, so now we will talk about the whiteboard tools. So here are all your tools in this nice little box right here. So if you go down, here is your pointer. You can click on that and you can choose whichever pointer you want to use. And then next is the pen, so you can draw things. There we go, let me click on there. So you could draw things with the pen. I'm doing squiggles. And if you need to type on the whiteboard, here is how you type. All right, and next we have these little boxes. This one is shaded in. And this one is just an outline. And then down here, you can draw lines. There's a camera, clip art. So your tools are pretty fun. So please have your student go through the tools and learn how to use those. And as always, of course, teachers are there to help you. So if your student is in class and they just can't figure out how to use these tools, just make sure they ask their teacher and make sure you ask Learning Coach so you know how to use them as well. They're pretty fun. They're easy once you get used to them. All right, now let's talk about classroom guidelines. So these are guidelines for being in the online classroom. You need to be there. Turn off other computer programs, the TV, etc., so you can be fully present during the session. Be on time. We will begin on time. One thing about that, be on time. The classroom opens 10 to 15 minutes before class starts. So make sure you are starting to log into the class early, about 10, 15 minutes early to make sure that it gets all set up and ready to go. Things happen in the online world, right? Your computer might be saying, hey, I'm not ready to wake up today and I am going to take a really long time. You might even have to restart me. That happens and that's okay. Make sure you have enough time so you're not panicking trying to get into the class and it's just not working. Be prepared. Have a paper and pencil ready to take notes, work on a problem, talk on the microphone, etc. Be engaged in class. Keep your chat and use of tools to the topic being discussed. Be respectful. Contribute positively to the learning community with your words and actions. And most of all, everybody, have fun. All right, and that is Class Connect Basics. Thank you very much for being here, and I hope this helped. Bye, everybody.